Hello and welcome to South Asia Focus. I am Smita Prakash. This month saw the release of the much anticipated film Children of War. This Hindi language film, a poignant homage to the victims of the 1971 Liberation War of Bangladesh, released on May 16th. Here's a report on the film.
Children of War is directed by the first-time director Mrityunjay Devvrat and stars veteran actors like the late Farooq Sheikh, Victor Banerjee and Pawan Malhotra. It also has Indranil Sen Gupta, Raima Sen, Tilotma Shom and Riddhi Sen in important roles. 300,000 people had died and 200,000 women were raped in the crimes committed by the Pakistani troops and their local collaborators. The film also evokes the terror of the planned and intended killing of intellectuals by fundamentalist groups such as Al-Badr and Al-Shams, who were engaged by the Pakistani army and played an important role in the genocide. It's an episode in Bangladesh's history which has been portrayed in a raw and almost shock-inducing style by Devvrat, and as expected, the film has been banned in Pakistan. Speaking about the film, Devvrat said that his team had worked extremely hard to make an accurate portrayal of a historic event and that he hoped the audience would like it.
Fabulous. I'm loving every second of it. We've worked very, very hard at being able to bring this movie out. Forget about making this movie for a second, and just to be able to bring it to the audience has been a very tough challenge. And I'm absolutely loving it. I'm very excited. I'm very nervous at what the people are going to say. The critics are saying good things about the film, and I hope the audience also accepts it.
Devvrat also said that being a first-time director, it was difficult to make a film on such a subject, but as the topic was close to his heart, he was convinced.
For a first-time director, I think any subject would be difficult. So why not jump in the whole way? You know, it's not like you can choose something and say that this shot is difficult or this scene is difficult. Everything is equally difficult for a first-time person. So I've tried to learn along the way, and why I chose this subject is because it spoke to me. It spoke to my heart. It made me believe that I could make the kind of cinema with this subject that I would appreciate watching. And what's more is that I got the opportunity to spread the word around the world, pretty much, if we can show more and more people this movie about humanity and how the Bengalis were treated back in '71. It's a factual based story. It's all based on the '71 birth of Bangladesh. So yeah, it's something that not many people know. It's been hidden for a long time. So these are all little things that inspired us. The way all of us are connected is that we are all human beings, yeah, and we have to care for each other. I've been asking people, you know, that if an alien were to land in front of you tomorrow, what would you do first? Would you extend your arm or would you point a gun at him? We've become a very fearful lot of people in society. We feel threatened by anybody who's looking at us or who's talking about us, you know. And this is about inclusion, it's about acceptance. And that's the biggest connect I have with this story, is about that I would want to show to the world how humans and how people can become mad with lust for power, you know, and they can go down to any extreme. There's things that we should watch, learn, and stop ourselves and others from repeating in time. If you forget history, then it repeats itself. If you learn from it, then you always make it better for the next time. So hopefully people are going to watch and understand what we have tried to tell in the story.
The film begins with an interview of former Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, where she expresses strong reservations on the developments in Dardan, East Pakistan, which then sets the background for the historical events that unfold. On the one level, the film tells the story about a prominent journalist, Amir, played by Indranil Sen Gupta, fighting the war in search of his wife Fida, played by Raima Sen, who has been sent to a rape camp by the Pakistani forces. In another storyline, we get to see Rafiq played by Riddhi Sen and his sister Kausar played by Rucha Inamdar, who on realizing that they have lost all their relatives decide to cross the border and enter India as recommended by their father earlier. Speaking about his role in the film, Indranil Sen Gupta said he instantly agreed to be a part of the film when he read the script and came to know more about the subject.
In this film, I play the role of a journalist, a reporter. My name is Amir, who writes, and he believes in the freedom of expression through writing, and he believes that writing has nothing to do with politics or war, and because you're free to express your views. And he continues doing it. But when this whole thing happens of the separation of the Bangladeshis during Bangladesh being formed, the steps the Pakistani government or the army took to crush that, how that affected Amir and his life, because Amir is married to Fidauti Raima. So how that whole movement affected him, and it's his journey, it's his and Fida's journey in the film, which is our story, and there's a parallel story of a boy and a girl.
Okay, and what made you choose this strong role? And what
I
made
thought,
you choose this
when I was told about the script, I thought it was a brilliantly written script, brilliantly written in terms of screenplay, in terms of very concise, very precise, in terms of dialogue. The characters were clearly etched out. I think I'm in love with my character, but I think every character is so well written, even the negative character is so well written. And one very important factor was that we were trying to tell something, we were trying to bring forth a truth. Of course there are certain fictional things involved, but actually there are things which had actually happened at that point of time, and I don't think many movies have been made on this subject. So I felt it would be nice to be a part of such a good cinema at the same time, which deals with such a sensitive issue, which deals with the factual truth. It would be nice to bring it forward, bring it in front of the audience.
Siddharth Mathu's music and Ishan Chhabra's background score go perfectly well with the film, giving it the right thumb and at the right moments. While Pawan Malhotra's brilliant acting makes the audience hate his character, Raima Sen's effortless portrayal of simple women touches your heart and one can almost feel her pain. And last but not the least, the film also reminds us of late legend Farooq Sheikh, who is as always perfect in his role. Tilotma Shom, who plays the role of a suicide bomber in the film, says one of the biggest challenges in the film were to enact scenes of atrocities like rape with sensitivity and decency.
The film is set in 1971 in Bangladesh, and I play one of the 600,000 women who were in the rape camp, and so I had the onerous responsibility of playing a part without making it a mockery. It's a very fine balance when you're trying to portray something as violent as rape on cinema, to not make it something that is in bad taste, but to do it with authenticity and to do it with a certain amount of integrity and honesty. And I think that was my biggest fear and my biggest challenge.
So, and what made you choose this film?
The script, the character. The character is someone who's been repeatedly raped and yet has it in her to fight for the independence of her. I find the concept itself, the idea itself, how does she have that kind of courage to still fight for anything after going through what she has? And there were countless women like her, not one. And I think it is a lesson in remembering, in a way, to not allow ourselves to forget what happened, so that we don't, I guess, repeat it again.
Also, since it's based on 1971 Bangladesh war and the emerging of Bangladesh, so did you do any kind of research? Have you read something before getting into the character? What kind of hard work or what kind of work did you?
Well, I think what I did do was Mrityunjay had sent me a lot of write-ups about the camps, about the women. But at the end of the day, you have to access your own sense of fear, loss, courage, when you're in that moment in the shoot, no matter how many books you've read, you know, on this show.
The film has opened to good reviews and the audience has also appreciated it in Bangladesh and India. Film connoisseurs Anil and Rashiri Mehra said that they loved the film and that it was important that such subjects are being taken up in mainstream cinema.
It was very, very well done, except very heavy. It touches the heart, but it was very well done for a first effort. I think he did a wonderful job.
I completely agree. I think it was a, very heavy, very touching movie, and one always knew that this happened in Bangladesh, but to project it like this was very brilliant.
Though Mrityunjay's Devras Children of War is an extremely realistic film, it manages to keep you engrossed for the near 150-minute running time due to its gripping script and superb performances by its actors.
According to human rights groups and those who have documented the liberation war in Bangladesh, 200,000 to 400,000 women were raped by Pakistani troops in 1971. Thousands of children were born out of those pregnancies, the children of war, victims of ostracization, psychologically scarred for all time to come. A history that escaped international attention. 43 years later, Pakistan is still not ready to face its history. The film stands banned there. That's all we have for you this week. Thank you for watching South Asia Focus.